All right. So here, the idea of this project is to install new software. Okay. So when we install the Linux operating system, some of the applications are already installed by default, depending on the distribution, which means if it is Ubuntu, Red Hat, or CentOS, based on what distribution we installed, some of the applications comes by default. And also sometimes it is necessary to install some additional software. So for example, if you develop a program in Python or in Java, C, C++, or whatever, you need to install some additional programs. Or this could be some IDE, integrated development environment, and so on. Okay, so we will see three different methods installing software. Okay, so you may say that, okay, it is so easy, just go to the website and then download. For example, when you need to download browser, Chrome browser, for example, you just go to the website and download and then click a few things and then it is done. But as the system administrator, you need to know these three different ways. And there are different reasons choosing one to the other one. Okay, so you may say that, okay, let's choose the easiest one and let's just stick with that. It may not work all the time because of some compatibility issue. So for sometimes you may not choose to install the latest version. So you may choose to install some previous version because there might be some conflicting between among the installed programs. Okay, so we will learn all three of them in this assignment. And the first and the often the most preferred way is using package manager. Okay, so package manager, that is the part one here. And there is also another one is installing software from a single package. Okay, and then the third option is from installing from the source code. Okay, so now let's look at the first one. So this, although it says project, actually this is combination of project and reading material. So you may just think that, okay, don't explain much, just jump to the project. Okay, so all of this is a part of the project, and it is not good to just show you show you the project, the completion of the project, without explaining you. So you are not parrot. So you if you just repeat after me, then you are not going to learn anything. You need to learn why we are doing what we are doing. Okay, so here I am explaining you what we will be doing, and then later, so we may not have time today start the project, but anyway, so we will just do whatever we learned, and then at that time also I will explain. So the first one is package manager. Okay, so this is a special program that comes with each Linux distribution, and this changes based on the Linux distribution. Okay, and they are designed you to install and manage the latest software from the internet repositories. Okay, so consider the internet repositories as a central database that the stable software are put there, and then you just go and download there by using the latest version using the package manager. Okay, again, as I said, the distribution choice, which is the either Ubuntu, CentOS, Red Hat, they will determine which package manager you will use. So the popular Linux distribution Ubuntu, so if you remember, the Ubuntu is more user-friendly in terms of graphical user interface, but we are not using it here. But it is also free to use, and so it uses APT, Advanced Package Manager, okay, and SUSE Linux uses YAST, which is yet another package manager, and CentOS and Red Hat Enterprise Linux, they use YUM, okay, that is Yellow Dog Updater Modified. So we will be using YUM in this project, okay. So as I said, the software repositories are the central location that contain collection of software programs that you can just download from there. And also, they are not only one place. There are some mirror sites. So mirror sites is in similar idea with the CDN, the Content Distribution Network, CDN, to enable that the high availability, okay, and also the less latency. So you just download usually from a mirror site that is closest to your location, okay. Okay, so these managers work the same way, but with the different commands. So we will focus on the YUM package manager because we are using CentOS 7. And yeah, package managers, actually, let me make this so maybe it may increase the font size a little bit. Yeah, so they have a lot of advantage when you install a software. It is because they are very simple to use. You just type the YUM and then some options and the name of the software that you want to download. So they are very easy to use. And also, you can keep track what is available, what is installed, and all of this. Because you download it from the internet-based repositories, that means you always have the latest available version. So that is very good. And also, when you install a program, your program may depend on some other programs, okay? So it may tell you that first you need to install this, so and then this. So there are some dependency among the software. And so when you use a package manager, the dependencies are found. So these dependencies may be required and installed as well. Okay, so it is very good that because you may not be aware of all the dependent software, the YUM package manager will tell you that, okay, these are the dependencies and you need to also install, and then it installs it for you. Okay, I talked about this already. And so as I said, you may be required to install Java to run some applications because some applications uses the Java to execute some of the functions. But so there are a lot of pros, but there are also cons. They have some cons as well because they only allow you to download the latest version, okay? But sometimes you don't want that, so it is not ideal. So you can only use them to download software made available through the distributions repositories, okay? And also it may not be what you are looking for. That's why we will also look at some other two options to install software, okay? The YUM package managers can be controlled with YUM command, okay? So, and also there are some options that allow you to install, update, and get information about software on your system or available through repositories. So before you install, you may want to get some information about a particular software. So still you use YUM, but with a different option that we will see that. And here, Okay, so we will do some exercise and we will use yum info. So to do this, so let me connect to Sandbox. So let me start with a fresh terminal. Okay, let me move this here. All right, so here we will use yum info. So this allows us to see if a software package is already installed and then what version are available. Okay, because you may want to see if the software you have already is the latest version, so you can compare what you have and what is available in the repository. Okay, so running this command without any software package name will give you all the software currently on your system. Okay, so that might be a lot of things. Okay, so actually let's see. So if I say yum info, okay, so it shows a lot of things. Okay, okay, all right, yeah, so a lot of things. So here most of the time you use it with a specific program. So let's look at Firefox to see if it is installed or not. So here yum info Firefox. Okay, so let me make this a little bit larger. Okay, so let me go up a little bit. Okay, right here. So I type, as you see, yum info Firefox here, and then it gets information from some servers, and it says installed package on my system. So this is the architecture of this my system, and this is the version 52.7.0. Okay, this is the version that is already installed on my machine, and so here it says, yeah, this is installed. And if I scroll down a little bit, and it says, you can see here available packages Firefox. Okay, so this is one of the architecture, and this is what our system is. So it has 78.7. So okay, so that means what we have already is outdated. Okay, so yeah, it shows some information. Yeah, so first it shows. Yeah, I put here. So it shows what is. No, I'm sorry. Here, first it shows you what is installed on your system, and after that it says what is available in the software repository. Okay, so and also if no package is installed, it does not show this part because nothing is installed. It will display this part. Okay, what is available. And so here we see two different packages. The first one is for the 32-bit system, but 32-bit system are really old system. We are running 64-bit system, so this wouldn't work. So we use the second one. Okay. Actually, we had long time ago. My dad has I 286 actually, so it is old one. Anyway, so we use this one 64. So the second is the newer version. Now we know that we can update to get security patches. So the latest version is better. So to update, this is what we do. We use sudo to elevate our privilege, okay? And then we say yum, and then update. So remember, instead of info, we use update, and then name of the file. So let's do that. So here I say sudo, okay, and then yum, and then update Firefox and password. Okay, so it just connected to the repository, and it says total size is this. Is this okay? Yes. I just say Y and enter. Okay, and it says downloading package, importing this and this, and it shows again. Is this okay? Yes. Enter. Okay, so it is complete. It says updated this, and dependency, some of the dependencies are also updated. Honestly, I have no idea what they are, so don't ask me. But anyway, so there are some dependencies. So now let's see the information that we have. So we say yum info Firefox to see what we have installed. Okay, so if I scroll up a little bit, not this one. Okay, so installed packages are this one. Available this, yeah, because I have already have the latest version. It doesn't show me what is that I can install. See, it doesn't show me this one again because it's already installed. So this is good. Okay, I guess this is clear. And also the dependencies are updated. Okay, and then, okay, so this is, we just installed the Firefox browser. Now let's install a database, okay? So there are different database management systems, which is the MySQL, SQL Server, and there are Oracle, so many of them. So PostgreSQL SQL is a light version database management system. So now let's install this. So first, let's see if what is available and what we have already. So now sudo yum info. So okay, PostgreSQL. I believe the sudo is not necessary. Let me try without sudo yum info PostgreSQL. Okay, so if I scroll up a little bit, okay. Anyway, so let me just close this one. Let me open again. It really becomes very difficult to. So here, yum info PostgreSQL. Okay. All right. So here, as for the installed, it doesn't show installed. That means this is not installed in our system. And we have two available one. One of them is for the old system, for the 32-bit system. And the second one, if I scroll a little bit. Okay, And the second one is this one for the 64 bits, and the version is this one. Okay, so that means it is available for us to install. Okay, and also we don't specify actually which one we want to install, because the YAM figure out this for us, because it knows that our system is 64-bit, and then it just install whatever we should install. So now, when you install, I believe you must use sudo. So sudo yum install postgresql. Sudo yum install postgresql. Password. Okay. So here it started the process and connected to repository, and also dependencies resolved some information. So here it shows installing for dependencies, postgresql -libs, and so on. And it says 17 megabytes. Is this okay? Yes. Okay, installing. All right, so complete. Okay, and so it installed it, and also it installed dependency right here. Okay. Okay, so if I say sudo info postgresql, what happened? Okay. Yeah, so it gives some information about this. Okay. And here it says installed package GCC, and this is the latest version. And then you just take a screenshot showing this. And also it tells you that in the prompt or somewhere on your screen, the Gonen BL link, so which is your username, should be visible. It says at the top, it is okay at the top. Okay, so I mean, we need to see it somewhere on your screen. Okay, so that was the part one. And part two, so before starting this section, power down your system and mount CentOS CD, the virtual CD. So let me do this. For some reason, when I shut down here, it did not power off. So here I say, okay, power off. So it powers off. All right, so normally when I do that, it should, so let me close this and let me go back to Sandbox. Let me refresh it because sometimes it times out and it kicks you out. You may need to. So let me refresh my page. If I wait, it may eventually make the status off, but for some reason it didn't. Okay, so anyway, I don't have much patience, so let me power off. Okay, so normally powering off is not recommended because you may lose some important data in the RAM, but it is okay. So we are not developing anything. So I will just say power off machine, submit. And as you see here at the top, it says power off request has been submitted successfully. So if I look at history, it says, okay, power off request has been submitted. So power off in progress. So I should normally wait until it is completed, but I think it will complete very soon. So let's learn what we will be doing. So here I show a few screenshots. I powered off, but still it didn't work. So I did this power off. As you see here, it is Gonen BL Lean. So before the lectures, I do it on my machine. So I took screenshots. But in here, in this class, I use, where is that? The name of it, components, Gonen BL Lean 2. Okay. So I use two different virtual machines. Okay, so once it is off, then we say mount CD-ROM. So this mount CD-ROM means normally the physically what you would do is you have a CD-ROM drive on your physical machine, and honestly, CD-ROM drives almost becomes obsolete. Nobody uses that anymore, and most of the laptops comes without it. Okay, so but it is normally you just open the DVD-ROM, or if there is anything, you just eject the another CD-ROM, and then you put a physical CD or DVD. So that is basically represents that. Okay, mount CD-ROM, and then there are some ISO files available already in the sandbox. So we choose one of them. So let me go back to sandbox. If I refresh this by, and how did I refresh? If you see on the upper close to the upper right corner, just next to the actions drop down list, there is a circular icon, refresh. You just do it. Sometimes it doesn't refresh. The other one is refresh your browser at the top. And then this guarantees that, okay, it is refreshed. Okay, so click on this, all right, and then click on gear icon. And so you need to make sure that the machine is powered off. And because it is powered off, there is no power off option because it is already powered off. And also there is no shutdown option because it is already powered off. Okay, so here I will say mount CD-ROM. Okay, by the way, why are we doing all this? Because there are some softwares available on the CD-ROM, the CentOS CD-ROM, ISO, and then we will learn how to install from there. Okay, and it says connect CD-ROM when the virtual machine powers on. Yes, we want that because we want to be able to access to CD-ROM. Okay, and then so this is yes. Device type, you say ISO, data store ISO file, this one. And then ISO file path. So you choose one of them. So we choose this one, the first one, CentOS. Okay. And submit. Okay, so it says in progress. I really don't know how long it takes. Yeah, so after you do that, let's look at the history. Because mounting is also a request that we do. Let me click on history. Okay, so it is done. Mount CD-ROM, as you see, complete, successful. All right, so now so it is successful. Now power on the machine. Components, click here. So sometimes that happens. So you don't see gear icon. I don't know why, but just refresh. Let's see if I refresh here. Okay, now it is, I can see that. Gear icon, power on. Power on a machine, submit. Okay, so we need to wait a little bit. Let me click on the history. Now it is still in progress, power on. All right, so now let's learn from here and then I can go back. So once this becomes on, that means you can just connect and then see the desktop. And here we see something different. On the desktop, we see the CD-ROM icon. That means it is available to us and then we will connect to it. Okay, and the package managers are very convenient and easy to install. The package manager is the first one, which is YUM package manager for the for our case because we are using CentOS. YUM package manager. They are very convenient, very easy, but sometimes they don't have the exact package that you may need. Okay, maybe you need an older version because that or because of some compatibility issue, or sometimes the software you are installing comes from a third party and they may not be a large company, they may be a small company, and their package may not be available through the package manager. In that case, we install the package manually, okay? So a software package is a special type of archive file format that contains everything you need to install. So just to give some analogy, consider this similar to like a zip file. Okay, so you unzip a file, you unzip a zip file, and then you get all the files and folders that you need. So similar idea, you have a software package, they are put all together, and then you just install from the software package, okay? So this includes the binary files, executable files, configuration files, script for running the installation, and so on, okay? And most software developers will create these software packages to make easy for you to install, okay? Because instead of saying first install this one and then this one and then this one, okay? Because of the dependency, so it may be very frustrating for you to follow the if there are a lot of things for you to install. They just write some scripts and some configuration files, and then they follow the instructions, and then they install everything for you, okay? And every different operating system has their own format package. So if you use Windows, then there is MSI software package, okay? And for the Apple, Mac, and iOS devices, there are PKG file. Android uses APK file format, okay? I'm sorry. So in Linux, there are different package formats depending on the distribution. So for example, for the Debian-based distros, such as Ubuntu, there are deb file, okay, DEB. Because we are using CentOS, okay, and we use RPM file, okay, so that is Red Hat-based distro, okay, and these archive files can be identified by a file extension. So in our case, so for the RPMs, the files have RPM file extension, okay. I am sorry for when I keep talking and talking, my throat really hurts. So obtaining a software package file can be done from several sources, and many software vendors will have you download them from the web. So sometimes in the old days, you get a CD or DVD, a physical media, but they are, as I said, outdated. So they can also be found in distributions online repository. Okay, so still you may download it from some place, and then you look for the you look for the exact file that you want to install, and then you install it from there. Okay. Okay. So we can similar to package managers, you can manage, install, update, and also find information about the software packages using the RPM command. Okay, and one of the features of this command is to query what software is currently installed on your system. Okay, so query the RPM database for all installed packages using this command. So sudo RPM, okay, and then we have QA. So these are options. So remember that if you have multiple options, instead of putting dash and option, dash option, you can just use one dash and put all of the options just after the dash. So here we have two options. One of them Q, the other one is A. The Q option is for the query, and the A option is for all. Okay, so that means we are querying all the software. Okay, with the RPM. So let's look at this. So let me go back to components. So it says off, but it may not be off. So if I click on that, actually, as you see, it says status on. If I refresh by clicking here, and now this has red triangle, meaning that it is on. So let's connect to it. Okay, it is connected. Okay, so as you see, we created several users, but we will be using. Okay, I don't know why it timed out so quickly. This is not good. Okay, click on user and password. Sign in. Okay, so now we have this right here, and let me see. Okay, so first of all, let me open a terminal. And so here we will say sudo rpm qa, sudo rpm dash qa, and password. Okay, as you see, there are a lot of files that are already installed. Okay, and here, so we will look for a specific software. So we will search for the Nano. I think we used Nano before. Yes, we did. Normally, Nano is also another editor, text editor, similar to VI. But when we want to just simply create a empty file, so we can use Nano. Okay. So here I say sudo rpm q. I don't say a because a is for all. Just q and nano. So sudo okay. Okay, so sudo rpm dash q, okay, and then nano. Now I can see what is installed, okay, and it is right here. So this we can see the version information, and yeah, so this is the version number. EL7 indicates this package was created for Red Hat 7 based systems such as CentOS 7. Okay, and then this specifies the architecture, which is 64 bit package. Okay, so yeah, as I said, this is another text editor, and now let's remove this. So to remove this software, we use -e option, which means erase. Okay, so we will erase it and then we will install again. Okay, so let's run this to remove it from our system. No, so sudo rpm -e to erase nano. Okay, so it doesn't show anything, but how do we know that if it is removed? So now we should query again. So sudo rpm -q to query to see if it is installed. If it is installed, then which version is installed. If I see, then okay, this is what we expected. it is not installed. That means by using -e, RPM -e, which is erase, we successfully remove that from our system. Okay. Yeah, so it shows that here. Now, let's install it from the CD. Okay. So first we must obtain the package. So this package can be either downloaded or you can install it from the media, installation media. So we will use this DVD to retrieve this software package. So now it is we see the icons, DVD icon on the desktop. Right click on it and then choose open in terminal. So let me close this one, close this, okay, and then right click here and okay, I'm sorry, here, open in terminal. Okay, open in terminal, click on this. Now it shows that look at the prompt. So this is the prompt. Okay, if you remember, this user shows that our username. This shows our host name, Gonen Bilal 2. This is the host name. This is the current location. So that shows that we are here. But what is the absolute path of this? So let's see PWD. Okay, and then it shows that under the root we have run folder directory, media directory, user, and then CentOS. So this DVD. Okay, so this is where we are. Okay, so I said PVD and then it shows it. And if we say a long listing to see what is inside of this DVD, okay, and so we see them. So if I say LL, that means ls-l. Okay, so here I see that there are images, packages, some other stuff. Okay, and then this shows that this is a directory, this is a file. The dash, just dash represents a file. Okay, and so we see them. Now let's move into the packages directory. I say cd. Okay, I can do this, but I don't have to. But let's put that. So dot represents our current location. Okay, so from our current location, so I go to the packages. Okay, okay. So right now I am inside of the packages. So if I say pwd, I see that I am inside of the packages under this DVD. Okay. Okay, so if we do a long listing, we will see, I guess we will see a lot of things. LL. Okay, so it shows a lot of things. So let me make this larger. Okay, so now we see a lot of packages, a lot of RPM. As you see, they ends with the RPM. Now we will look for LL. Okay, so instead of looking everything, I will say show me that has nano in it. Okay, so this returns one result. Okay, and it has a long name like this that includes the version number, because we may not know the version number, but we know that we will install nano. I say so here this vertical line, so in case you may forget what this is, the vertical line is the direction. Okay, so that is we get some result. So consider this like a filter. Okay, instead of displaying everything, so LL returns a lot of things. And then we say, from these returned result, grep is to search for a regular expression, okay? Search anything that has nano inside of it, okay? And then we just see it. And when we install, actually, so first let's do this. I say ll vertical line grep nano. Okay, so it shows that right here. Okay, this is the name of the file, ends with the RPM. So now let's install it. So when we install, there are several options. So IVH, so 3 options. So I stands for install, okay? V stands for verbose. That means it shows what steps it is taking. So it gives us some extra information. H is for the hash, you know, the hash sign that displayed a progress bar of hashtags. Remember, when it is installed, there is a progress bar that is moving from left to right. Yeah, so it also shows that so that we can see the progress easily. So let's do this. We say sudo RPM, okay, because we installed from the software package. And then we use 3 options that are mentioned here. And then name of the file, and that's it. So sudo RPM dash, okay, I for install, V for verbose, that means we want to see all the details, H for the hash sign that to show us the progress, and then name of the file, I just say nano. If I don't remember the next of it, the remaining of it, I press tab key to autocomplete, okay? And then if I say enter, and then because I use sudo, so I need to enter the password. Okay, it was quick. So we just installed that. What else? So now let's install another package. So there is another one, Wireshark. Wireshark is used by the network administrators, especially, so that looks at the content of the packages that coming from going out from your host, coming, so that you look at the traffic, okay? You look at the TCP, UDP, and all of those details. Anyway, so we don't have to know exactly what it is, but it is one of the packages available. So let's see if it is actually in this disk, okay? So we say ll, that returns everything, and we search for the Wireshark. ll, and then vertical line, and then vertical bar, grep Wireshark. Okay, so it shows 2 of them, okay? So if you look at here, there are 2 results. So this Wireshark genome is a GUI-based version of the program, but we want the other one, the CLI-based version, which is command line interface, which is the first one, okay? So yeah, genome is a GUI-based interface that can be installed with Linux. It is one of the more popular interface, graphical interface. Another popular is KDE, but genome is what is installed with the CentOS by default. Anyway, so we will install this one, Wireshark, by saying sudo RPM and these 3 options, and then Wireshark that starts with number 1. Okay, so sudo RPM and then dash install verbose hash and name of the file Wireshark. So when I press tab, it's just stopped here because until this point, everything is common. Then comes difference. Then I will put number 1, and then I say press tab key. Okay, so it is slow. All right, now it's completed. And then I say enter. Okay, so it says failed dependencies. Okay, so here, this is what we expected. We got error. This is one of the downsides of using RPM instead of package manager. Okay, so it will be able to tell you which dependencies are missing, but it doesn't install it for you. Unfortunately, these packages are not available on the DVD, so we would go search for them on the internet. But we will not do this. So let's try another one, Nmap. Okay, Nmap is also a network scanning tool that can be used to map networks. So okay, so I don't want to show this to you, but this should be very straightforward. If you learned about this and this should be really very easy. So I will not do it here, but basically there is a command. I mean, not you are not going to just do one command. So first, you should search for packages directory. Remember, packages directory is this one. Right now I am in the packages. If I say pwd, as you see, we are in the packages. So similar to how I searched. So you search for the file package that has nmap in it. Okay, and then you should see 2 results, and then I give you hint. Install the RPM file that begins with nmap6. Okay, so this represents version, but it is longer than that. So you will just see that. And after you install, you need to verify that it is successfully installed. And I show you how you show that if it is installed or not. And then it shows that, okay, this is installed. And then take second screenshot. Okay. Is there any question on this one? I hope this is very clear. First you install and then you type this, but it is okay that you take the screenshot of everything. Actually, that would be better so that I know that how you actually installed and then how you verified it. All right. So let's stop here. Do you have any question? Any question to me? Okay. All right. So if there is no question, let's stop here. Have a nice day.